Hello and welcome to episode 66 of the VR Gaming Podcast. I'm Justin, mame-fan on YouTube, and I'm here with Alex, virtual insider on YouTube. And Alex, guys are upstairs doing work on my house still because of that tree that fell on my house I talked about a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, is that what they're there for?
Yeah, so if you hear anything, that's what's going on. If you hear vacuum cleaners or hammering or any shit. So
Okay, I'll ignore it.
you're not very loud.
Am I not?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Should I turn up?
I'm just a quiet guy.
Should I turn up your Well, you're gonna send me a recording anyway, so
I'm
I'll just turn
recording
up-
separately.
Okay, I'll just turn up
So
my Quest volume. Yeah, so I'm recording in my Quest 3. You're on a regular microphone?
yeah.
You're better now. I think I was playing a game earlier that was really loud, and I had to turn my volume down. So that's what the issue was.
Okay.
So
That's your fault. You just ruined the
I
podcast because you didn't turn your volume up.
Yeah, one issue with podcasts is there's always some sort of technical issues. Especially, we used to do a lot it wasn't live. I don't know if did you ever do a live podcast?
I don't think so. I
No.
don't think we did live. Did I ever do live? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the Virtual Strangers, they do live podcasts now, but back when we used to do Virtual Strangers with Western Roots, each of us had our own video feed, and God, that was a pain in the ass. We could spend hours just trying to fix that. So
Yeah, it took us ages just to get everything set up
Yeah.
and get him working in the first place.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than you think.
Yeah, so if you ever wonder why we don't do video of ourselves, that's why. We don't feel like dealing with all of that. All right.
Plus, then I'd have to do my hair and my makeup
Yeah,
and all that shit.
Exactly.
I can just sit here, with my no trousers,
With your cock out.
belly hanging out.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's not?
Oh God, you had to take it there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
No, it's in.
Okay, all right. So, I guess we should get to the first game.
Yeah.
The latest big release is Reach. It's by Endreams. I asked for a key, and they, as usual, did not respond. Have you ever gotten a key from Endreams?
Okay. I've never asked for one, so
Okay.
no. The answer is no, I guess.
I don't know. Have I asked? I think I've probably asked for a key before. I'm not sure though. Because Phantom Covert Ops, I bought. Fract, I bought. I don't know what else they ever came out. Oh, maybe Vendetta Forever. Maybe I asked for a key for that and no response. I don't remember. So anyway, Reach has had a pretty bad launch. If you haven't noticed, it's mostly negative reviews on Steam. At least it was initially. Now I think it's mixed. And it wasn't working right with Virtual Desktop. You bought it, and what happened when you tried it with your PSVR 2?
It just doesn't launch. It literally gives an error message, and the game just doesn't work, which is just bonkers. Because we're going to talk about some demos that we played, which are like super indie, small, indie games, and they work on the PSVR 2. Like, I don't even think developers even have to do anything special to get the PSVR 2 working, so I have no idea how they've managed to break it with the PSVR 2, because people can use the index. It's not a Steam VR issue. It's just specifically PSVR 2 connected to PC doesn't work right. So I have no idea. It's apparently they're gonna fix it. I don't know. I refunded it and I'll rebuy it, which means unfortunately I can't talk about the game because obviously I was not able to play.
Okay, so even though there are all these people saying it wouldn't work with Virtual Desktop and all these problems, I bought it anyway, and it was running fine until I got to this van right here. So it's very early in the game. You get to this van, you can grab the handle, but you can't slide the door. And I was trying every possible angle of grabbing it, and nothing could do it. And I tried going, through the door, walking through the door. Oh, another thing it would do is it would spawn you outside of the game world, and you would just kind of fall into this void. But after a few seconds, you would be in the level, so that wasn't that big of a deal. But this was a game breaker here. But luckily, Guy Godin released a virtual desktop beta that fixed it so that you could grab the van door and open it. I'm not sure what he had to fix, but he did it. But then what that resulted in was really bad wrist angles. So like your wrists are like broken basically, and when you got a gun, you'd have to point the gun basically almost down to the ground to be able to shoot at people. But then I think it was like the very next day, Guy released a non-beta, just a full version update of Virtual Desktop that seemed to fix it perfect. Like the wrist angles were fixed, and there was another issue I had that was fixed. So in the tutorial, there were these like it would have pop-ups of text that trying to give you instructions like you need to hold. So it was saying hold, and then there was no button displayed. It would just say hold down and flick arm up to jump. So I was like, hold down, and I was I was like, what do I hold down? The one of the analog sticks, and I was trying all. Do I hold down trigger? Do I hold down grip? I was trying all these different things, and then I was almost giving up on it. I was like, what the hell? And then I realized after some experimentation, okay, I need to hold down A or X and then flick up my arm to do the jump. And you really don't have to, you only have to do a little tiny wrist flick. You don't even have to move your arm. You can just do a little wrist flick and you'll jump. And I'm kind of annoyed by that. Like I'd rather just have a button press jump, but I think you prefer having this wrist flick thing. Don't you, Alex?
I mean, I liked it in stride, and yeah, I personally prefer like as long as it works well. I actually don't mind like having to just do a quick flick or move my hands and stuff to jump. It feels more immersive. But I think some people just prefer like a button. I think the thing about the arm swings and stuff as well is that you can like with a button press. I guess you can hold it for longer to jump for longer, but with the arm swing stuff, I feel like you've got a bit more control where you can kind of, well, I guess control how far you jump, which I feel to me feels better.
Yeah, this one's not an arm swing. Stride an arm swing, like you had to fully swing your arms.
Yeah, you had to like swing both arms while holding the button, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
this one you could just do one hand, and just do a little tiny flick. So to me, it's like, well, why even bother? I kind of feel like either do the arm swing, or just make it a button press. Just a little. If I can just do a little flick, I don't know. So then Guy, like as I said, he released a full version that fixed the wrist angles, and then the buttons. So the tutorial buttons became visible too. So then I didn't have any more issue after that. I could see when it was like when I needed to press grip or when I needed to press X or A or whatever. I'm hearing a sound on your end now, like a
You can hear a
fan. Yeah,
sound.
like a fan or something. Okay, it went away.
Oh,
Do you know what that
okay.
was?
No idea.
Okay, I could see it on my desktop audio. There was something going there. Hopefully, I'll cut this part out.
I'll mute. I'll mute. It's not. Leave it in.
Okay.
Leave it in. This is gold.
Yeah.
Gold content right
Yeah,
here.
we haven't done one of these in a while. I kind of was being lazy and just being like, I'll do it later. And there wasn't that much to talk about until Reach came out. So that's why I've put it off a little bit. And I've kind of, when you put stuff off, you forget how to do everything. So that's what's going on. All right. So this game is mostly climbing. There's actually very little combat. It reminds me of an Uncharted or a Tomb Raider game where you're mostly just kind of climbing around and exploring, and there's a puzzle here and a puzzle there. And then occasionally you come across some enemies that you have to take out. And then it's back to climbing and exploring, which I don't mind. But it's really nothing like the trailer. The trailer showed lots of combat and lots of like intense, exciting shit going on. It's really not like that. And there's a video, if you're watching on YouTube right now, showing gameplay. And here's where, if you're looking on YouTube, it's showing what they'll pop up with, giving you like how to use your shield, because you get a shield in this game and how to use it. So there's left grip and right grip. It's showing there. Well, when I first played this game, those weren't showing at all. So the architecture in this game, it's like you're either in caves or you're in like a stone temple looking place. It reminds me of Heart of the Emberstone and the Solus Project, like the alien architecture of those places. You played both of those, right? I know you played the Solus Project. I don't know if you played Heart of the Emberstone. You might be muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I played both those. You know what you're saying? He's kind of like that's very raw. Like it's like almost looks like some sort of ancient civilization lived there, and they made all this stuff out of stone and it's carvings and that sort of vibe.
Yeah, the enemies in this are called living statues. They look more like androids to me, but yeah, living statues. And then one of them is friendly to you, and he's kind of your advisor throughout the game. I can't remember what his name is. The story is kind of confusing and not too interesting. So before you go down into this whole underground. I mean, I've played this game for 5.5 hours, and I've been underground almost the whole time in these stone temples. But before you're in that, there's a part where you're out in a city, but that's not very long. And when I was in the city, I just wanted to show this. This game looks really good for the most part, but here's a texture where I was climbing and I was just like, oh, what is that? So maybe this was like a quest texture where they forgot to upscale it or something. I heard that the PC version is actually many gigabytes larger than the Quest version, so the textures look good for the most part. But there's occasionally something like that I'm showing on screen right now. I'll go back to the video.
One must have got slipped through the net.
Yeah. Let's see. The text pop-ups, like what I was talking about, where it shows you instructions on how to play the game, they're kind of low res. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's something they could patch. It has really good physics, and the finger interactions are really good. Like it's kind of, you remember in Batman where your fingers, you could slide them on a surface and then the fingers would react realistically. Like this and Batman are the only games I can remember where you can do that. Can you think of any other game that has realistic finger physics other than your porn games
like
you love
finger.
to play? Which joking.
I don't know.
No.
Walking Dead instances, did that have like good finger physics?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you mean though. Like where it looks kind of like your fingers are just rubbing up against stuff.
Yeah, and you can put your fingers in between each other, like your both hands, and it's like it's some of the best finger interactions and finger physics, and the climbing is really good. What?
Yeah,
you're laughing about finger physics? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. I have like this whole wall of text of things to talk about, and I'm like, don't even know where I am. So you can cover and duck by grabbing, like in Fract. Like Fract is an End Dreams game, and this is too. So I guess some of the things are going to be similar. So like you can grab, like, so if you're looking at the video right now, this pillar right here in front of this guy, if he wanted to, he could grab it, but that wouldn't make much sense because you're using a bow and arrow, and you need both hands. But you can grab the pillar and pull yourself down like in Fract. Or one thing I like is like, there's some places where you have to crouch to like crawl under a low area. Well, you can just grab it and pull yourself under there. You don't even have to press a crouch button, and you don't have to crouch in real life. I really like that because like I'm 45 and I don't really feel like crouching over and over again. But I like grabbing the world and putting myself, like moving the world above me, if you know what I mean. So you're able to do that. it has full body inverse
Yeah.
kinematics. So you look down, you see your legs and your chest, and you're a woman. So I'm trying to remember were there even boobs? Barely, barely. You see her full arms. Um, all of that's really good. If you've watched any of the videos, this is mostly a bow and arrow game. But you can get guns from the enemies. I'll talk about that later. But you get unlimited arrows, and you don't have to pull them out of your back or anything. You just bring your hand to the bow, and you do grip, and an arrow just materializes. But you get limited explosive freeze and stun arrows, and there are these bugs that you find along the way. And if you take this bug, it's kind of like a grub. If you crush it, you'll get, like, if there's a red bug, if you crush it, you'll get an explosive arrow. Then there's a blue bug, you crush it, you'll get a freeze arrow. And there's a yellow bug, if you crush it, you'll get a stun arrow. But I found I didn't even need these arrows because the enemies are so easy to kill. These living statue enemies, like, you just headshot them once and they're dead. So I haven't even died yet in this game. But they have recently introduced enemies with shields, like living statue guys that have shields, so they're harder to kill. And then there's some enemy that I just started seeing that's flying around that kind of like is searching for you. It's maybe kind of like it has a camera. But those I was using explosive arrows on those to take those out. So yeah, there isn't much combat in this game, and the combat that I've done is just really easy. But I've been playing on normal. I don't know if you should play it on a harder difficulty. You have a shield. I've never even used the shield in combat, but you can use the shield. I mostly just use it to hit things, like to make things happen in puzzles, or you throw it, and then you end up using it like as a step to like pull yourself up on or to stand on. And you can so I was trying to grapple guns away from the enemies, but it seemed like you have to use a stun arrow, and that's the only time you can grab. So you use up a stun arrow, then you can use your grapple, which is you stick your arm out and you hold down grip, and then you'll see a little reticle, and then you point at the gun, and then you pull back, and then the gun will fly to you, and then you get 3 shots with the gun. The problem with the gun is there's no holster. Not that I could find. So you pretty much need to use that gun like immediately, or else you just have to abandon it, because most of everything you're doing in this game is climbing. Well, you can't climb with a gun in your hand. So
Yeah, I think that was intentional though. I think they didn't want you to like get guns and then just use guns instead of the bow. I think they
yeah.
wanted the guns to be something that you can kind of just grab, use for a few shots, and then you just discard it.
Uh-huh.
Which I guess makes sense, especially like you said, if it's climbing all the time, and then they've got to deal with holster systems, and it just complicates things. So I do get why they went
Yeah.
with that route.
And this video isn't my gameplay, by the way, because I just saw this person mess up an easy jump. Just wanted to clear that out. All right. Let's see. What your gauntlets? They show your health, and your arrows, and also your shield health. But I've barely ever had to use my shield. There's some places where there's like these really powerful bolts of electricity shooting, and you use your shield to get through that part. But that was very rare. I haven't really needed to use it much, for combat at least, or to protect myself. You put quest items in your gauntlets, kind of like Half-Life Alyx, but when you put them in, they disappear, and I didn't really like that, because then you don't see them, you don't remember what's in there, and then later on they'll tell you give me that item, and then you're like, huh, what item? And then you're like, oh, it's in my gauntlet, I guess, but I did that like an hour ago. Like I said, you talk to that one male living statue during most of the game, and you just kind of banter back and forth. Even though you're not seeing him, he's always talking to you. And you're also followed around by a drone. This little drone that kind of points out things. And sometimes there's text on the wall that is indecipherable. And you do to your mouth like a OK symbol to your mouth. I think you won't. What do you do? What do you press? There's some button you press to make the character do that. and then that makes the drone come over and it'll decipher the text. But the text is usually just kind of story stuff, lore stuff. It doesn't matter. But for some reason, half the time I ask the drone to come, he doesn't come. So like half of the text I haven't even been able to decipher because he doesn't come. I'm like 5.5 hours in this game, and what I would say is it's good. It's not great. It's not bad, but I would just say it's good. Like the climbing and all of the physical interactions are really good, but the game itself is kind of boring. Like it doesn't have much personality. It's not that interesting.
Do you not feel that this is kind of a trend though? Like when we think about all the bigger games we had was it last year with Batman and Behemoth and Alien? Like they're just good. They're good games, but they're not like great games. They're not games where you're like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Yeah.
They always feel like they're just kind of like, I don't know. I can't remember the last game I had. Oh, actually, I do. I think Midnight Walk was a game where I was like, this is absolutely amazing. I loved it. So maybe that was one of them.
Yeah, it's been rare that a game. See, there's some games where while I'm playing them, I'm thinking to myself, I love VR. Definitely haven't. I haven't thought that in a long time, unfortunately. And 2025, I think, has been a shitty year. But I think it's been a shitty year for
Yeah,
all
I mean,
for all of
I think we've had a.
gaming.
Do you think?
Yeah. Like, can you think of anything
Hmm.
even flat that was really good?
I mean, I don't play flat games
That's true.
really,
But like
so
anything that came out that like people love.
I mean, there's been some pretty like my girlfriend's sons, they're into gaming, but they're flat gamers, and they're like big games this year have been Borderlands 4, Battlefield 6, like the big
Uh huh.
releases, which they seem to enjoy.
I just heard complaining
But
about. I heard
obviously,
complaining about those, but I don't know much else about it.
I mean, people complain about every game, so it's tradition in gaming for gamers to complain about
Yeah,
shit now. So
I think it was mostly just performance complaints. Maybe they're Unreal Engine 5, and maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Oh, right now in this game Reach, I'm at a point where I'm stuck. A lot of this game is you there's a certain path you need to take, you need to climb, and it's not totally clear which way to go. Oh, and on the screen right now, that's an upgrade station. So, sort of like Half-Life Alex, you'll find an upgrade station, but there's no puzzle element to it. You just go to it and you open it. You stick your hand in, and then you get a specific upgrade. You can't choose your upgrade. That station is locked to one specific thing. Like for example, one upgrade I got made my arrows. If I hold the arrow long enough, like back, if I hold it back in the bow, it gets charged, so it's a super strong shot. So I headshot these living statue guys, and they're dead. I mean, they can't take any more than one shot usually. I think even with if I got a headshot often, even with a non-charged arrow, they're dead. Very easy. Um, I don't know what else to tell you. Do you have any other questions?
mm, no, not really. I'm just curious to play. It looks. I mean, it looks. I know a lot of people were disappointed because it's not like all action, action,
Yeah,
action. But in some ways, that's a plus for
yeah,
me. I don't know.
yeah. I don't.
We'll
I don't
see.
want
Like
nonstop
I
action.
actually no like. Well, you won't like RoboQuest then. But yeah, it's yeah, it's a game that maybe because it sounds a bit like Horizon Call of the Mountain, where that game was mostly climbing with a bit of combat, and I did feel ultimately that that game needed balancing a little bit more towards the combat, like it was a bit too much climbing. So I don't know if this is the same, but to be fair with that, this looks like the climbing's more advanced and more fun. So I don't know. Until I've played it, it's difficult for me to say, but it looks like something happened to the game now.
Oh,
Did it
the
crash or
game
something?
crashed. Oh, I don't know.
No. Yeah. So I want to as soon as they patch it so the PSVR two runs on PC, then I definitely want to buy it and play it. But obviously until then, I'm just gonna have to wait, and we'll talk about it next month.
Okay. I'll go to the next game. Is Titan Isles. We
Yeah.
we played this together. Did we both get free keys? Yeah, I got a free key.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you gave me one. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked the dev. What is it? SciTech Games, isn't that it?
Yeah.
I asked them for
Yeah.
keys, and they gave us keys. So thank you to them. And then I bought a copy on Quest for Casey. And Casey and I played Windlands 2 to prepare for this. She had never played a Windlands game, so like I don't know, like a month or so before this came out, I was like, I got her Windlands 2, and then we played that, and she loved the movement in Windlands 2. But once we got kind of far in the game, she was not loving it anymore because she was just like, this is too hard to make these jumps. Like once it got to the cacti with the thorns sticking out of it, she was getting very frustrated. But she liked this game a lot more. The first time we played this was with you. So it was me, Alex, and Casey. Alex played on PSVR 2. I played on Quest 3 Steam. And Casey played on Quest 3 Standalone. The first issue we had was everybody couldn't hear each other. So Alex and I could hear each other. We were both on Steam, but we couldn't hear Casey. Or here's what it was: Casey and I were doing a call, like a meta call, because we were both on Quest 3s. But then Alex couldn't hear us. So then we got off of the meta call so that we'd do the in-game voice chat, and then Alex could hear me, but we couldn't hear Casey. So then I just called Casey and put my phone near me. That was the best I could think to do at the time. So that was the first issue.
Yeah. But I think wasn't that? Oh yeah. I don't know because you were like calling each other on the quest.
Yeah,
If
we
like
had met a meta
natively within the
call, so
quest,
we had no trouble talking. But then you couldn't hear us when we were doing that.
but then I couldn't hear you. But then yeah, it was just like for some reason cross-platform.
It's a
You
bug.
couldn't hear
It's a bug,
her.
and I reported it to them, and then they patched it, so it works now.
Oh, is it patched
Yeah,
now? Oh,
yeah, they
cool. Okay.
patched it fast. And so all right, so this game is a lot like Windlands 2, except there are four classes. There's Blink, Storm, Hunter, and Goliath. So the Blink guy triple jumps and has this sort of like a blade that pulled from the chest and you throw it. I don't know if you ever tried Blink.
Yeah.
I tried it once.
No, I didn't try that.
Storm is like Iron Man with dual guns, and he also has a rail gun. So if you put your hands in like a kind of a rifle pose, the railgun will just materialize in your hands, which I think is really cool. And you have a limited number of shots of that before they regenerate, before you can shoot again. Then Hunter is like Windlands, where you have the I don't know the tentacles or whatever to swing, and you have a bow. Then Goliath is like a lesser Iron Man who has less jets, like you can't use it as much, and he has goo guns. And Alex kept
Shit.
shooting me with his goo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The best one is literally is it Storm with the
Oh yeah, by far.
jetpack.
That's the biggest
I mean
problem with this
that's just
game.
no.
Is
Yeah. There's no reason to use the others.
yeah, Storm is so overpowered compared to everyone else. And so originally Casey was using Blink and she liked Blink a lot. Then I had her try the other ones and she was like, "Oh, well, Storm, obviously. Why would I use anything else?" And then she just used Storm. Um, yeah, it's so they
Yeah, because you
either
can
need.
literally fly around like, yeah, it's just you just fly around and the guns are so much more powerful. Like especially the rail gun that you can upgrade. Like it's just the best weapon in the game. Um, because the one I started using originally, which I can't remember what did you say it
The
was
goo
called? The one with
guns. Yeah, the goo
the
guns is that's
Glucan.
Goliath.
Yeah, because that one you can still fly, but you can only like fly in bursts.
Yeah,
So like you press the is it grips? I think I can't remember what it was, but it was like
I think
you
so.
fly up, but then you were like you have to then press it again to fly a bit more. And I just found that the you just had really poor air control. Like when you're actually up in the air, your thumbstick does very little to actually control you. So then you kind of like it's really difficult to steer, and I kept missing platforms and stuff. But as soon as you were with Storm, because you've got these constant jets that you can angle with your wrists to control where you go, it's just so much easier to control. I could land on things I could be really precise with where I land. It just felt so much better, and it was like, yeah, I'm not going to be changing class to any of the others now. This is a class to use.
Here's another key difference between Storm and Goliath. Storm, you can press A and just go straight up, and that's what I did the whole game. I just used that. I didn't use the wrist jets, but the Goliath, you can only use the wrist jets. So for me, that was harder using the wrist jets. So I just used Storm with pressing A, and I tried it with Goliath, and it wouldn't work. Um, A just makes you go straight up, and then you just use your thumbstick to direct where you want to go. Um, did you ever try A when you were doing Storm? Hello. Oh, there you
Um, I can't remember.
go. Okay. Um.
Oh yeah, I think I did. I was the one that told you about it
Oh,
because
you
you can
are.
literally just go straight up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I
Casey
remember
and
now.
I beat it. I think it was around 8 levels. This game has. Oh, this is this video, by the way, is gamer tags video, not mine. It has giant bosses, which is one of the cooler things of this game. And if you can tell, it's kind of a bullet hell game. They send, tons of bullets at you at once. But when you're Storm, they're easy to avoid. I was trying with like the other ones like Hunter and Blink, and it was like a lot harder, especially with Hunter, because you need stuff to grab onto to pull yourself away. Um, yeah, giant bosses. It's fun. There were some issues we had, but there's other game modes. There's races, there's item hunts, and there's target shooting modes. We did the races. Casey and I. So when you're playing on your wrist, you'll see hearts. There are 3 hearts. So basically, if you die, you lose a heart. Once you lose 3 hearts, you start getting into the reboots. And there's a certain number of reboots that you share with your teammates. And I don't know, like say there are 8. Well, every time somebody in the group dies, another reboot is subtracted. And Casey and I had plenty of times where we ran out of reboots and we had to start the level over. If you get down to 0, it's level over and you got to start at the beginning. So I talked about the in-game chat issue. The other big issue we had was some doors, this happened often for us. A door would be open for me playing on Steam, but it would be shut for her on Quest. So it would be like you get to a room and you have to kill all the enemies and then the door will open. And we killed all the enemies, but her game for some reason didn't register it. We had that issue happen a lot. So I reported that to them and they patched that too. Then after they patched that, I had an issue where my profile wouldn't load. It just said error. So then I had to report that to them. Then they fixed that. They fixed them fast, but I have to admit, it was annoying. We had the in-game chat issue, then we had the doors that wouldn't open issue, then we had the profile wouldn't load issue. But they are small indie developers, so I mean, I understand. Oh, there was another issue, a fourth issue. On one level, there's an enemy stuck inside the wall that we couldn't shoot, so we couldn't progress. So, without killing all of the enemies in that area, the door wouldn't open and we couldn't go. It was shooting at us, but we couldn't shoot it. It was completely covered by the wall. I reported that to them, and I saw in a patch that they said that they fixed the enemy inside the wall issue. But anyway, so we left that level, and what it did was when we went back to the hub, somehow magically it skipped that level. So we were already at the final level of the game just by by playing that level somehow, we skipped to the final level. So we didn't even have to play all of the game to beat the game. And another thing, I had 2 crashes. And I sent them my save files and stuff so that they could figure all this stuff out.
That's good. You're a good gamer.
Yeah. One other problem. When I don't know if you want to hear about this, but when Casey and I are in VR together, like say she's at her house and I'm at my house, we like to molest each other in VR. This game doesn't let you.
Okay.
This game doesn't let you do that. There's some sort of like invisible barrier between.
Oh, I thought, yeah.
I don't mean molest in real life. I'm talking about molesting only in VR.
Yeah. I got mixed up. I thought you meant when you're in your house together.
No. She's at her.
Like you want to molest each other, and the game stops you. Like
we could molest in real life. We wouldn't need to do that. But yeah, if she's at her house and I'm at my house, we want to molest each other a little bit in the game.
I mean, you just can't keep your hands off each other. Even in virtual reality, you want to touch each other up.
Yeah, but
get a fucking room, bro.
Wait, say it again.
Get a
fucking room. Yeah. Well, we when we're together we can, but when we're not in the same space, that's our best option. But anyway, that led to an interesting question. So I asked her, like, when she's playing a single player game, does she molest the characters that are in the game, like talking to her? And she was like, almost as soon as I asked the question, she goes, "Of course I do." What do you mean? Of course. And I thought that was funny coming from a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we all do it, but I don't know. Maybe as a guy, you feel guilty like admitting it. I
mean, I don't do it.
Oh, come on! You don't ever molest an attractive woman that's an NPC.
No.
You're a white knight. You're a white knight in VR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she admitted it. She was like, "Yeah, especially if they're talking too much, I just start molesting them, just to entertain myself." And they're boring me, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Anything else on Titan Isles?
The only thing I'll say is, like, to me, I mentioned it to you, like the combat. It's a good game. I really like it. The only thing, oh god, hiccups, that lets me down. Lets it down a bit. Is just the combat's not crunchy enough. Like when you shoot something, it doesn't feel like you're making enough impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell how much damage you're making onto the. Some of them do have like bits that fall off, but a lot of times you're quite far away, so then you're kind of like shooting at them, and it's hard to tell am I actually hitting it, how much damage is it doing, how far, how much more do I need to hit it before it dies. It kind of like you just keep like hitting it, and then eventually it just kind of like. What do they do? Like disappear or something? I don't know. It just lacks a little bit of that crunchy feedback that you want.
Yeah.
That makes you feel like your guns have got power to them. I think that's the main complaint. But other than that, like I really enjoy the movement, the co-op, the big bosses. It's a good game. I like it.
Know what I bet has that crunchy feedback you're looking for?
What?
RoboQuest VR.
It does. It does, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're a QA guy, you've probably crunched it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I crunched it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like this game. I do feel like it gets kind of repetitive. But what game doesn't?
And yeah, most games do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a game thing.
Yeah, it's a game thing. All right, I'll go to the next one. World War Z VR. This was a free key given to me.
Oh, I was gonna say you didn't buy this, did you?
No, I didn't buy it. I asked for a key and they gave me a key. So sometimes it helps to ask. So this game, I have never played any World War Z anything. So I think this footage is Quest 3. I played it on PC. I think, isn't there a World War Z movie? I've never seen that either. So this is...
Yeah, there is a movie, yeah.
This is kind of like Left 4 Dead and kind of like Arizona Sunshine 1, but not as good as either one. you get two NPCs that help you. Like they go around with you. That's why it's kind of like Left 4 Dead. And there's like lots of zombies. So a lot more zombies than, for example, Arizona Sunshine. The zombies will run at you, and there are hordes of zombies that are usually they're it's not a horde that just like run straight at you, because how would you deal with that? Usually they're like attacking a door or something else, and you have to stop them in time. And one thing I noticed immediately is that your hands and weapons go through everything. There's like no hand physics or interactions at all. Other than like, say there's a doorknob you have to grab or whatever, or but in the world there's pretty much not much you can interact with. It's, which always kind of bothers me. I think this game needs multiplayer because I don't know, it was really hard for me. I couldn't beat the first level. I tried it on medium or normal difficulty, then I tried it on easy. I mean, I beat the tutorial level, but the first level, I was just like, all right. I kept getting to this one part where there's this horde of zombies attacking a door, and I'm shooting at them all, and then my two NPC computer controlled friends are shooting at them, and I also set up a sentry gun that's shooting at them, and we just can't take out the horde, and I end up getting killed by some like side zombies that come running. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Maybe I wasn't using grenades enough or something. But yeah, this game's hard. I wouldn't say it's good. I would say it's okay. So if you want
Do you
to,
think it would be better with co-op?
oh, definitely, it definitely needs co-op. I would play it
Why?
co-op.
Why did they not do co-op?
Um, I don't know.
I don't understand. Because the original flat game is co-op. That's the whole thing. It's like a Left 4 Dead style.
Yeah.
This game literally has NPCs who are helping you, like as if the co-op. Like Left 4 Dead, if you play by yourself without people, they'll just insert AI to help you. It feels like that, but there's no co-op mode.
Do you
It's
need
kind of crazy
developers that are
that they
good
did
with
that.
networking? Like, how does that work? I don't know anything about you. You would know
I mean, it
more than me.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, co-op does add complication, so it makes it more difficult. But the reality is that it would have made such a massive difference to this game. Like, I'm confident that this game would have sold vastly better with co-op, because people buy games with co-op. Because even if it's a game like we've done it, like with games we're like semi-interested in, but
Mm-hmm.
but it's got co-op, so
Yeah.
I want to play it with my friends. So that makes it way more enticing. And then you're not only selling one extra copy, you're selling two, maybe three, four copies, depending on how many play co-op it is. So to me, it just exponentially increases the amount of people that are going to be interested in the game. So to just like have a game that was a co-op game, to not bother putting co-op in and then have these NPCs just seems like a weird choice. Even if it's something that took longer to do, it should have been done, in my opinion.
Yeah. So the level where it was, I think it was New York, the level that I just couldn't get past. I tried two or three times, and I just said, all right, I'm done. Maybe if I try it again. And I don't know how many more. I think maybe in New York, maybe there were three levels, and there's some other cities. Looked like maybe there's something like 10 levels, maybe something like that. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I would say get Arizona Sunshine 1 over this.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
We'll go to the Hitman PCVR update. I have not tried this because I kept hearing with Quest 3 it didn't work well. But you were trying it with PSVR 2.
Yeah, tried with PSVR 2. Plays pretty much this. Well, it looks pretty much the same as it did before, performance wise. You still have to crank the shit out of the super sampling to get it to look half decent.
What percent?
It's still a little bit blurry. I was running. I can't remember. I was running like 5K per, 5,000 pixel per eye sort of thing. It was like crazy high.
On my index, I put it at
Um,
500% last time I played it.
yeah, I couldn't go that high with the PSVR 2 just because the default 100% with PSVR 2 is like 3,500 by something per eye. So
Yeah.
it's already defaults really high. So I couldn't crank it up that high. It wasn't anywhere near that. But The resolution was similar to what I was cranking it with the index. Um, yeah, there's some weird. I was experiencing some weird like visual problems. I don't know if maybe I've got something in the settings that I've changed or something, but like certain things would only show in one eye, which I definitely didn't see before.
Hmm.
Which was a little distracting. Just not most of the time, but just the odd little area in certain maps. I would see that. But the main thing is obviously that they've added the PSVR 2 updates to the PC, which I wasn't expecting actually. I was surprised this came, um, and it's makes a massive difference. It plays so much better. The hands are still wonky, like the hands still don't line up with your controllers, so they feel a bit wobbly and stuff when you're not holding a gun. But when you're holding a gun, for some reason they line up way better. So that well, like, shooting is way better now. Feels way better. You can like aim and shoot pistols. Two-handed guns work like a proper two-handed gun. It's got scopes and stuff. And they've also added so much interaction to the world. Like when you're doing things, you're not just pressing a button anymore. Like if you want to, like in this video you just seen now, if you want to get the disguise, you have to like grab and then yank up,
Hmm.
and then you get like the disguise, and then you bring it to your chest to put it on. So it's not like just a button anymore. Like I was doing the thing where you have to like hack a computer, and to do it you have to literally like manually keep pressing the buttons with one hand and the other until like this bar fills up. So like you're mimicking like typing on a keyboard.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's like when you're putting bodies away, you literally have to like open the manually open the chest for what you're gonna put them in, and like do an action to put them away. It's just way better. It feels like much more like a native VR game. There's still things like if you're climbing up a drain pipe, you're literally like third person. You can see yourself climbing up until you get off,
Hmm.
stuff like that. But yeah, it's way better. Like the interactions, the gameplay is just way better than it was, and it's definitely like infinitely better than it was before.
What were rifles like before the update?
They were like a one-handed gun still.
Oh, okay.
So if you like the left hand basically didn't do anything. Like if you gripped the front of the gun, it would still completely move with the right with the like main hand, like it was a pistol or something. It
So
was
that there
really
was
weird.
no recoil before, or what?
I think there was recoil.
Okay.
I mean the guns feel really good now. Like they've got full manual reloading with you know you can pull every part of the gun, like manipulate them like you would a real gun. And yeah, it feels honestly really it's really impressive. Like when you think of the complexity of this game, like the work that must have gone into it to actually get all of this stuff working and all the interactions and across all, you know, there's so much content, so many maps, so many different things. It's that would have been an insane amount of work to do that
Hmm.
and to get it. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, there's still going to be bugs and jank, but that's to be expected with a game that's just so complex. But it just makes it so much more interesting to play. They also added the freelancer mode, which was an extra mode,
Oh yeah.
which it's like a roguelite type. It's more not a roguelite. It's more like what are those games like extraction games where you kind of like go into a map and then you have to get stuff and you get to keep what you get. If you get out with the stuff, you get to keep all the shit.
Hmm.
But if you die, then you lose the stuff that you've got on you, type of thing.
Is that
I did try
Escape
it,
from
but
Tarkov or something?
yeah, it's kind of similar to that. But it's really hard.
Okay.
Um, and another thing, when you're in like the freelancer base, performance was really bad. I had to turn the super sampling down just in that area for some reason, and it was like to get it to work. But I loaded a few different maps, and it's just really hard because you only the first like they give you a pistol, like that's all they give you, and it's not even a silenced pistol. That's the only bit of equipment you get when you first go in. And I loaded one of the levels, and I was like surrounded by guards, and I was really struggling to get past like without getting seen, and then I got spotted, started shooting them, got killed, so then I lost my pistol. So then I had to go back into another area again, but then I didn't even have any weapon because I didn't have any sort of equipment anymore. Um, and it was just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna play the regular maps and just enjoy doing the regular like gameplay loop. But the freelancer mode could be really good for a lot of people who like that sort of stuff because it's like, you know, it's all the same maps, but they spawn you in at a different place. They give you different targets to kill, so it does completely change up like each level. So you're not just Because obviously, if you do the main campaign, it's the same targets in the same locations and everything. Um, so it's definitely a way to add a lot of replayability.
I got a free key during that freelancer mode when it first came out, and then
Oh yeah,
they told me they wanted me to play the freelancer mode, and then I was like, all right, well, does it have VR? And they said no. And I said, oh, well, sorry, I'm not playing that. I'll do a video, but I'm just gonna do the VR, and they let me do that. But it's good to hear that the freelancer has VR now. Um, I
yeah.
heard this doesn't work, it doesn't look good on Quest 3, but I'll try it. I'll see.
Some people complain saying it had some sort of foveated rendering issue. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I haven't got it because I'm cranking the super sampling up so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as noticeable. I don't know. I mean,
No.
it looks comparable, kind of comparable to what it was before. There's just a bit of wonkiness here and there,
Okay. All
but
right.
it's a good game though.
Anything else?
No,
All right. Next game. I just got this yesterday. This is Unseen Diplomacy 2. I was looking at like games that came out recently, and I was like, oh yeah, this came out. I was interested in this, and so I got it for PC. I really liked the original Unseen Diplomacy that came out like in 2016. So I thought this would be good. I did not like it though. It wasn't because
really.
yeah, I did not. The graphics are cell shaded. That's no issue to me at all. My biggest issue was this game is very confusing. What you're looking at right now is a very confusing menu, and it's not explained well what you're even doing in this game. There is a tutorial, and I went through the tutorial and did all of that, and I still was confused about what the hell's going on in this game. Whereas the original, it's so self-explanatory. You just go in and you open up grates and you go under lasers and you look in drawers and you find stuff. This game doesn't make any sense to me. There are different items you can get. There's like a blowgun, a camera, a screwdriver, wire cutter, etc., etc. And you press, I think, like A or X to make your inventory show. And then you see all of these items on you, and they're like, there's just so many items that you can't even tell what's what. It's like, what the hell is all of this shit? And it's very hard to put an item back where you got it. Like, they just kept falling to the ground and not going back into the spot where they were supposed to. And when I went into a campaign level, I kept getting spotted immediately. So there would be this like camera thing flying around, and it just immediately spotted me, and then I got arrested. Then I went to another level, and on the floor there's a little rat, like a little robotic rat or something, and it immediately spotted me. And I don't know what. I have no idea what I was supposed to do. I would pick them up, I'd hit them, but that wouldn't do anything. I'm not even sure how you get the items because I'd go into a level and then I would hit the inventory and the items weren't there. So I don't know if you have to go into the level to get the items and they're in there somewhere, or if I had to go to. There's a second level that the person in the video might be in right now where they have all the items sitting there, but I couldn't figure out a way to put them on me. So he's in this level where there's an elevator that you take up and down, and you can stop at this level. And I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing in here. And these items that are on the wall here, am I supposed to put them in my inventory? And I tried and I couldn't. And I don't know. I went into one level and there was this downward ladder that I had to climb down, and the game wouldn't let me climb down it. I just couldn't go. And then that was when I just said, all right, I'm done. This is early access also. So that's part of it, I guess. So I refunded it, and I do not recommend it. I think this is maybe more a kid's game. Not really for adults. And also, so it does redirected walking. So this game, you can play this room scale, which is what I did, or you can use locomotion. There's two different ways to play it. I did the room scale, and I made the room scale area as big as I could. And still, it kept making me do lots of redirected walking where I just did the same path over and over again. I would just do this clockwise turn, walk down a hallway, then do a turn, clockwise turn into a room. Then I would do something in the room. Then I would come out of the room. It would be another clockwise turn. Then go down a hallway, clockwise turn back into the room. I just kept going back into doing the same thing over and over again. And then in each room, in the room, each time it would just be something different. Like maybe this time it would be a computer, and then the next time it would be drawers, and the next time it would be, you know, whatever else. That might have been when I was doing the training. The campaign, I don't know. I would be curious to see somebody else want to like see you try this and see what happens. See if you can understand it.
I mean, I haven't got the space. That's the problem.
This only requires 2x2 meters whereas
I haven't got that.
the first game required more than that. Or you can use the locomotion. You don't have to have a big space. You can do just the locomotion.
Oh, they actually have a locomotion as well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And the interactions aren't good. Like using the screwdriver, if you're seeing it right here, this isn't good.
Yeah, it looks awkward.
It's not good. And all of the items look weird. Like look at, it's like crayons and shit. It doesn't even look like a screwdriver. If you look, you can see some of this inventory crap, and it's just hard to figure out what's what and like where anything goes. And he might be doing a tutorial right now. The tutorial made way more sense. Oh no, you got spotted. It says spy spotted. I don't know what spotted him. So this thing flying around, I guess it's shooting darts at him. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Maybe
he's stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to shoot it with his blowgun, and I think it's just going to keep coming back. And I think maybe he's dead now. I don't know.
No, I think he just keeps.
Oh yeah, it's just going to keep.
His face.
Yeah, I don't know. Very confusing, not good. So I'll go to the next thing. This is my video. X Gaming sent me this X Arcade to TV XR. A lot of other YouTubers, VR YouTubers, have gotten this thing sent to them. So then I asked them, "Hey, you guys, can you send me one of these?" It was like Gary from Recentered. He got one sent to him, and first they said our marketing budget. We ran out of money in our marketing budget, and they said so. Not right now. And then, like, I don't know, a couple months later, they emailed me saying, now we have money, so we can send you one. So I was like, all right. So they sent it to me, and I made a video where I talk about it, and I talk about the build quality and everything. It's high quality. It's heavy. You can roll it around on the wheels that are built in. And I just wanted to use it for pinball and VR. It has a right and a left pinball. But in the video right now, this thing I'm showing, that's what you plug into your Quest 3. Into the USB-C power port. You plug that in, and then on the bottom there's a port of that thing where you can plug in, like, it says to plug in like your head strap, but I found out it only, like, if you have a battery powered head strap, it only works with the official Meta battery strap. It doesn't work with my Bobo VR strap. The thing, if I plug in my Bobo VR into that thing, it won't work at all. Right here, I'm just showing my arcade cabinet. I'm like, well, because I have this arcade cabinet, I don't really care about these joysticks and the trackball and stuff. But then later, after I made the video, I remembered, oh wait, there's that VR arcade thing. What the hell was it called? I don't remember. And here I'm showing my old X arcades from years ago. But anyway, I go into VR and I show how this thing is used. You stick your Quest 3 controllers into those holes on the front of it.
Wait, is this your video?
Yeah, this is my video.
Why have you got a mattress in the corner
that's
of
because of my
room?
bed. That's a good question, and I explained it in the video. But the mattress is there because of the tree that hit my house. So I had to.
Have you been making porn?
That's what I should have been doing.
On green screen?
I should have been doing. There's a green screen right there,
you've got
by my mattress. That's a great point.
Yeah, you've got.
We could be having sex on
you've got
on the
these
beach.
Tripods.
Yeah, anywhere.
You've got like tripods set up, mattress, green screen. I'm like, what?
It does.
Am I seeing another side to you? Is this something that
it does look like
I don't know about?
That's true. for
Uh,
months I was sleeping in my VR room because
okay.
my bedroom wasn't safe to sleep in because the tree did hit my house. So that's why it's down there.
Yeah.
But yes, it does look
Okay.
like a porn studio. That is true. I mean, I
Yeah.
have had, I
Okay.
have had sex on that bed down there, but not with
Cool.
not with a camera on.
Right.
But we were just one step away. I mean, we might as well have.
Yeah, you've got everything. You've got it all set up. You've got the camera. You got
Yeah.
the green screen.
I might
Yeah.
have to
It's cool.
I might have to talk to her and I might have to put this bed back in the VR room so we can make one of those types of videos.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That'd be fun.
Should I get green sheets so that we can make like
Yeah, just have it just
under me? Could just be
yeah, you could
anything.
look like you're like on top of a mountain or something. Like
Yeah, all right.
you're on
That's a good
on a
idea.
rock on a mountain. Yeah.
All sorts of creative ideas here going on. All right. So I go into the Pinball FX VR and I show you go up to it and because you have the that little dongle into the thing, it knows you're using an X arcade and it says, "All right, you're in X arcade mode." Then you stick your controllers in these holes, which you can see on the video right now. Then you have to oh, see, right now the VR table is over there. So what you have to do is hold the left and right flipper button down, and then it centers it right in front of you, like perfectly lined up with the X arcade, because it knows where the controllers are. So I think that's pretty cool. So this thing doesn't, as of right now, it doesn't have a plunger to pull. It says press launch to start. You press that button, but they're coming out with this haptics kit which I did pre-order, where you add it on and then you'll get a plunger, and apparently you'll also be able to move the thing around and shake the table. Because right now the only way to do that is using the left joystick. You have to press left or right or whatever on the left joystick to get a nudge. Like when you're trying to save the ball from like going straight down the middle. So that's a drawback, but I mean, it does feel pretty close to real pinball. One problem is those buttons, like, they're kind of in the way. Like when you put your hands down, your hand is feeling those buttons on the right side. If I go back,
Oh yeah.
to like here, yeah, you see if you put your hand on the right side there and just, to hit that flipper, well, your palm is going to hit those
Yeah.
buttons. So some people came out with
Yeah.
this 3D printed thing that goes on top of the buttons so that you don't feel the buttons. But I looked online and it's sold out. So I don't know. I think maybe
Extra immersion.
you can download the plans and get someone to just print it out for you. I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, when you shake this thing around, it doesn't do anything because it doesn't have any sort of anything in it to detect the movement.
Tracking. Yeah.
But that's what that haptic kit is about. So this is Medieval Madness I'm playing here. I used to have this machine back when I had money, but now I'm poor.
Oh yeah. Such a poor boy.
Yeah, I'm a poor boy. And I'm just looking around like, yeah, you can get up right
With
up
your
in there.
mattress and having to sleep on your
Yeah, no, I have
mattress.
to sleep on a fucking mattress and I have to do fucking shady porn on the side.
Just to get by.
Yeah, just to get
Wow.
by and
Hard times.
Yeah. And it's not women that want to watch my porn, you know?
Yeah.
Having to do all sorts of unsavory things. So here's another. I used to own this one, Champion Pub. And at least now I can like sort of pretend I still have it. And there are characters on the side
That's
and
cool.
stuff. You can turn those off if that's annoying, because sometimes it is annoying. These characters. Oh, but okay. So what just came out was they released 2 Elvira tables. There's a Scared Stiff and there's Elvira and the Party Monsters, and that's also based on real pinball machines. And Elvira is standing there with very Elvira looking boobs. So that's one you might not want to turn off. But I don't have video of that. I need to make a video of that for Halloween. Did you guys even know about Elvira over there in the UK?
No, I mean, no, not really. Never heard of it.
Oh, you never heard of Elvira? Yeah, okay, that must only be Americans that know about Elvira. She's the mistress of the dark.
Okay.
And she has big tits, and she's kind of like a sex.
I mean, I'm sold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just kind of
You
like
said
this.
big tits, and
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
already there.
Exactly. Unlike this girl who just has this like suit jacket covering. So like this girl right here, you can see they're not showing her boobs at all. But on the back glass for this game, let me see. On the back glass, there's her boobs are out, I'm even leaning in, going, yeah, I see quite a difference here between the girl on the back glass and the girl they're giving us here. So
Yeah.
at least with Elvira, they gave us they gave us
Oh,
some.
now you got a guy.
Yeah, then there's a fat guy, and so each one has their own. Here's Black Rose. They toned it down on her chest also. So on the back glass, she has her boobs out like giant boobs, and then the girl that they made on the side is more like a real woman.
Yeah.
Not
boring.
exaggerated, cartoony. Yeah, boring. All right. So anyway, that's cool. I recommend Pinball FX VR, even if you don't have the what the hell's it called? Exarcade TV XR. It's still cool. It's still fun. But each one of these tables is extra DLC cost. So that's a drawback. All right, here's another one. Chernobyl Again. This was on sale, I think, for like $5. And
Okay.
did I guess it's worth $5. It starts in the future. I was surprised it starts in the future. I was going on these halls going, is this supposed to be Chernobyl? Because this looks pretty fucking fancy. But actually, it starts in the future, and you're like a time-traveling woman trying to prevent the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown. And biggest problem with this is it has like clunky controls and interactions, and it has a really bad UI, like one of the worst UIs I've ever used. It's very frustrating to use it. Hands are stopped by walls and objects, and there's lots of objects you can pick up and stuff at least, so that's good. It has good graphics, but it has some like some of the puzzles are kind of cryptic, and it's kind of frustrating. So I got to one point. Let me see. Let's get to Chernobyl. Oh, look at this panel. This panel is insane. Look at all of this shit.
That's a lot of buttons.
Yeah, all these buttons and dials and everything. It's not all interactable. There's only some of it that you need to interact with. But there's one part where I got to a room where I got part of a code, and then I couldn't. I was like, all right, well, there's 2 out of the 4 numbers. And then I was walking around everywhere trying to find the other 2 numbers, and I couldn't. So when I was downloading a video of this for this podcast, it was somebody's playthrough, and I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I can figure it out by watching this video. And I watched what he did. He picked up just a random picture frame that was on a desk, and he threw the picture frame down, and then out of the picture frame came those missing numbers. And I was like, how was I supposed to know to do that? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that kind of pissed me off. This puzzle they're showing right here, this was kind of annoying. I don't even remember what you're supposed to do here.
Sounds like you're just annoyed by this game.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed. So since I know that picture frame thing, I was like, well, maybe I'll go back, because this game's pretty short. There were some playthrough videos that were only like an hour and a half, but those are people that already knew everything you had to do, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Sometimes I like to just beat a game so I can say I beat it. Because I'm a masochist. All right.
Yeah. You're a completionist.
Yeah. What? A lot of the Chernobyl hallways look like this like 60s, 70s look with the wood paneling. This is the office where there's the picture frame. You have to do this little ball maze, and that's how you get the first part of the numbers. And then the second part was smashing a picture frame. I just don't understand how anyone is supposed to know that. But I'm giving away spoilers. Anyway, for like on
Yeah, you are.
sale for like $5, maybe. Maybe. All right. Next one is Walkabout Forgotten Fairyland. I played this with Casey. It's an abandoned amusement park. And I guess they made it creepy because it's like about to be Halloween.
Yeah.
Casey loved the music. She said it had a Harry Potter and a creepy old circus music vibe.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
we got the hard club. I can't think of anything too interesting about it. In this video,
Okay.
I think
Well,
it looks like they're riding the roller coaster. I don't know if there actually is a way to do that, but I don't think
maybe.
I don't think we tried to.
Hmm. That would be fun.
Yeah, that like, right here. This would if I could. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
need to go back
Ride,
in.
if you could ride some of the rides, that
Yeah,
could be good.
yeah. Maybe if you point at the seat and click your trigger or something, maybe it'll do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna get into Steam Next Fest demos, and these are gonna go in order of worst to best. But don't have any other
Interesting.
games to talk about, do you?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, you would have played some of these. All right.
Yeah, I tried a couple.
All right. The worst is the Lists VR. This is a jousting simulator, and the graphics are pretty good. You can see when he brought his hands up. But the problem with this is there's only training. You can't do any actual jousting. So all you can do
Okay.
is get on a horse. I was confused at this point. You have to look all the way to the right. Okay, and there's the lances. You take it into your hand. I guess you had to press a button or something to make the horse go, and then you just point it at the target, and that's it. There's nothing else to the demo. Then the horse automatically turns, and you have to slowly wait for this horse. You can't control it at all.
Oh my god.
You have to slowly wait for this
Wow.
horse. He just launched that lance to go all the way back to the beginning. And you have this shield on your
Okay.
left. Not that you need it, because you're not going to joust anybody. Slowly
And then
turns,
all the way around.
and
Okay.
then you can get
Interesting.
another
And then you get.
lance. I don't think I've ever done jousting in VR, so that's why I was interested.
Is that this?
And then you
Is
hit it
that it?
again.
This is the game.
That's it. That's all the demo is. So now
Oh.
we'll go to the next one.
Wow.
Crossings demo. This is by I think Neat Corp, the same company that did Budget Cuts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know they were working on like another game.
And I think it's trying to be like Vanishing Realms, which was like I think that was my favorite game from 2016. But
Yeah, it was good for its time.
I think this isn't as good as Vanishing Realms, unfortunately.
Interesting.
It seems very early to me. This is like a trailer, I think, not
Yeah.
anything that I did.
Right.
So like I never got to get inside. I was just outside in this forest the whole time, and the combat didn't feel good, and I just got lost. I didn't know where I was supposed to go, and it just seemed like it was lacking a lot. And I kept going. I kept just coming to the edge of the world where I could just walk off and fall into a void. So it doesn't seem like they've are anywhere near finishing it. So I guess it looks better than it. I mean, looks better than it is. Maybe it does look. It looks very questy when I'm playing it.
Right.
I don't know much else to say about it.
Probably built for the quest.
Yeah. Then Thrasher. This was on Quest first, and it's coming out on Steam now. It's pretty, but I think it's too casual. It's really easy. It's
Did you do all of them?
I didn't do the entire demo, but I fought multiple bosses, and I just was like, all right, this is just too
Because you
boring.
get quite a lot in the demo.
I
Uh,
I got to maybe a skullhead boss.
oh, that was the second level, I think.
No,
Second
they
like
repeated
campaign, I guess.
the first boss like 2 times. So,
Yeah, they repeat each boss twice. So you do a boss, and then you do a second boss again, and then you move on to like a new area, which has got new mechanics and stuff.
yeah.
I actually thought this was all right. I thought it was better than I was expecting it to be.
Oh,
Because you, as you can probably see from the footage, you're kind of like using a laser pointer to guide this, like, how would you describe it? Like a snake,
they
dragon type thing.
yeah, they call it an eel, some sort of space eel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you've got to basically like weave it through to hit. The first few levels are literally like you just have to go through these circles. So you have to just like swoop through these circles, and once you've hit all the circles, you progress on to the next area or level. That was pretty boring. But then the next level, they have it where you've got like these. Instead, it's like these
Straight lines?
straight lines which you have to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the straight lines.
I thought that was more interesting.
Yeah, that was more interesting, but I just got I don't know, I got bored of it.
But then the next one after that is that where you have like they have like all the straight lines together, but they're all like stacked really close, and you have to like swoop through a full row of them in one go.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part.
Okay.
And then after that, then there's one where you have to kind of like get this power up where you have to like hold trigger and then move your hand in a certain direction to get rid of some of the red things so that you can get to the non-red ones.
Okay.
So they do keep mixing up the they keep mixing up com the gameplay, which is one of my main criticisms with Thrasher, which is made by the same developers, was that it was just very much the same all the way
Oh,
through, just a
You
little
mean
bit harder
Thumper?
as you got
You
through.
mean Thumper?
Oh, Thumper,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, my
Thumper
throat's dry.
Thumper got hard. That I mean, I got far in that game and then I just gave up at one point. Did you beat Thumper?
No, I never beat it. It was just too repetitive, and the music was the same, and the bosses were the same, and
Yeah.
it looked the same, and it was just the same. I think this has already got more variety even on just the demo. Like the bosses are different.
Yeah.
The music's not like I was expecting the music to be more interesting, but it's not really that interesting. Like I
Mhm.
didn't really care for the music. If even if what was it even music? I don't know. It was like some sort of soundtrack. I was expecting it to be more almost rhythm based, where it was like to the music, I guess, but it's not really. It's kind of it's more of a puzzle-ish kind of game, I guess. I died in on the third like act with the third boss. I
Mhm.
died,
Okay.
and then I just left it there. So it's getting harder, like it ramps up. So
Okay.
I can definitely imagine this is gonna get like harder and harder as you uh as you progress. So I think I'm worth checking out the full game when it releases, I think.
All right. Next one is Dread Meridian demo. Did you try this?
Yeah, but I didn't get very far because when I started the game, it gives you the option between immersive and comfort. But
Yeah.
when I was looking at the actual list of things that are on there, it seemed almost like it was
It
backwards. So then I
was.
was really confused.
It was backwards. Yeah.
So then I clicked on the one which I thought was the. Well, it was it though, because then when I clicked on the one which I thought was the one I wanted without like the comfort options, and then I checked into the settings, and it was like to show that it didn't have like like the vignette stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I got into the game, that shit was still on,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get back to the main menu because I don't have a menu button. It
Oh.
uses the menu button on the Quest, but because I'm on a PSVR 2, it didn't have that button, so I literally couldn't get back to the menu.
Ah.
So I played a little bit of it with this fucking stupid, massive like vignette thing, which was restricting my vision,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, I really don't want to keep playing this with this shit on.
Hmm.
So I stopped playing it. So I didn't play much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I went back into the settings and then I turned the vignette off and whatever else I had to. Um, So this is kind of it's kind of a very indie Resident Evil. It seems like it starts with this giant monster chasing you, and you just have to keep running. Oh yeah, and the running speed is really slow. It's more like a walk speed. It's like what the hell? I couldn't even
Yeah,
tell.
I couldn't even tell if I was running.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I kept clicking it, thinking, "Am I running? Am I not running?"
yeah,
I couldn't really, I couldn't tell
yeah,
what was happening. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
yeah,
And then you have this other guy who you have to like help get through
yeah,
stuff, and it feels kind of very janky in a way.
yeah, yeah. The controls are a little janky. I stood here and I let this monster get near me because I just wanted to get a good look at it. I think twice I
Yeah,
was standing
it
there.
looks cool.
Yeah, the monster looks cool. Um, so you're just running from it, and just then you do this chain, and then there's this other point where you grab onto something. The controls a little janky. It, but the big problem for me was I got to a part where it says to pull out your backpack by grabbing your lower back, and I couldn't. I grabbed everywhere with grip and trigger with both hands. I grabbed my upper back, my shoulders, my lower back, my middle back, my ass, everywhere. No backpack. But yet, the recentered guys, all three of them, they all were able to get the backpack. I was hoping you got
Huh.
that far to try the backpack, but I guess not.
No, I was trying to like use the gun, and then you have to like duck underneath this thing, and or maybe that's one of the problems as well. I don't know. I just couldn't. The controls just felt a bit clunky, and the whole thing with the vignette was really pissing me off because I hate that shit. So then I was just like, oh, I'll just maybe come back to this another time.
Yeah. I think it has potential, but I'm not impressed. Especially if I can't even pull out my backpack. Somebody else posted on the stream discussions that they had that issue too. So it wasn't just
Yeah,
me.
and
Um,
it has like images like what in the on the video now where you pick up like your pistol ammo, and then there'll be like this massive flat like image that
yeah.
comes on the
Yeah.
screen, and it's like really low res,
Yeah.
looks really shitty, and it's like
Speaking of
okay,
that, I'll show you.
it's just little.
I'll show you this. So there's this. Here's one of these low res things that pops up, and I thought it was funny because it says using knife or gun to break the lock, and I was like, that's funny because the people that made this game, I guess probably they're Soviet or something. I don't know what they are, but they
Yeah,
probably actually when they say the word gun, they probably go gan, gan. So that's how they spell it. GAN.
yeah. Using knife or gun
Using
to
knife or
break door.
gan to break the lock. Yeah. Um. So yeah.
It reminds me of. Did you ever play that Immortal? Is it Immortal
Oh
Legacy?
yeah,
Is that the
I
game?
have that, and
It kind of reminds me of that.
I played that a little bit, and then I didn't get very far. I don't remember why. It
It's
had
actually a good game. I mean, it's not good. It's not good to maybe over it. It's like it's kind of bad in a way, but it's also good. I actually enjoyed it more than I
is
expected.
the full title the Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's it. And there's some women there you're probably gonna be able to
I remember that. I think
fondle.
it was
So
in a. Were you in like a plane or something?
yeah, and then you're like chained to something. And this girl comes up, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the highlight. Yeah.
it's pretty. It's not bad. I actually, if you can pick it up cheap, I think it's worth giving it a go.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All
It's all
right.
right.
Did you try the Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate demo?
No.
Okay.
I figured it's coming. Is it? It's not. Is it? I thought. Is it released today? I
It
can't.
came out today. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is with. I read some bad things about it, actually. Like apparently they've added combat into it, and which is combat's really bad and stuff.
Well, it
So
couldn't be any worse than the
um,
original combat.
well, I know the bow and arrow was terrible in the
Yeah, it was
original
horrible.
game.
So
Yeah.
I thought it looked good, but not better than what I remember. But maybe I'm just remembering it more fondly because I liked Wanderer, even though it was buggy. Um,
Yeah.
Now the resolution looked kind of low when I was in it. And then I looked at the settings and it had TSR on, and it said if you have TSR on, it puts the resolution down lower. I guess because of performance, and I couldn't put the resolution up very high. So I turned TSR off, I tried TAA and that looked terrible. So then I put just anti-aliasing off, and then I bumped up the in-game resolution. I think that looked better. Um, I don't know what. Well, I know I read they've put 3 new levels in this game. Is what I read, and they have mirrors everywhere so that you see your character for some reason. I don't think the original had that.
Yeah.
In the demo,
No.
there was different story stuff going on that I don't remember doing in the first game. There was some rope swinging you were supposed to do, and it was very annoying. It didn't work well at all, and there were people complaining in the Steam discussions about it. But what I had to do was not really use it like you would swing. I had to just turn my shoulders left and then turn right, and that's how I did it. Because swinging wouldn't work. I quit. I don't know. I didn't play this for very long, but I quit thinking I need to play the other one to compare. I went on that level where it's like there's a boat where you meet up with that woman, Amelia. I don't know if it's Amelia Earhart or what, but there's a boat, and then like you're in a
Right.
city, and it's a flooded city, and there's like plants growing everywhere. And I was thinking to myself, I don't think this looks very good. Like I kind of feel like it looked better years ago, so I wanna compare. Um, so anyway, if you already own Wanderer, you get a 20% off. There's a bundle thing on the Steam page where you get 20% off, but then an additional 10% off right now because it just came out and they did it. So you end up getting 30% off. Even at that price, I'm not sold because I already beat it before, and I want it. I don't expect them to do it, but I'd want it more like what they did with Arizona Sunshine Remake, where they made it $9.99. Then I would buy it for sure. But this is like I think it's $35 with that 30% off. And
Because it is. I mean, it's a total ask because it is ultimately the same game, just with a few little extra bits.
yeah,
So, like, expecting people who've already bought the game to then rebuy, even with the discount, it's like you say, it kind of almost needs to just be like a $10 upgrade or something at that point. But
if they told me how long maybe I can find out in the Steam discussions how long those 3 new levels are. Maybe they could get me. I don't know.
yeah, I'm interested, but I'm not like desperate to play it because I never finished it originally, but
Hmm.
I do want to plan it. I do want to wait probably for a sale on this, to be honest,
Yeah,
an extra
it
sale.
was not an easy game. I definitely needed help.
No, I got stuck
Yeah.
because I get you got so much shit that can be end up being like across different time periods, and then it's just like you need specific items, and yeah, I ended up there was I got to a point where you like having to go back and forth so much,
Hmm.
and I kept getting stuck every time. Like I don't know what to do. Like I literally don't know what to do, and the hint system wouldn't really help me sometimes, and it just kind of got frustrating. A bit too, it's almost a bit too complicated for its own good at times, I think.
Yeah. Okay, next one is Iron Guard Salvation demo. I have Iron Guard and I've put like 3 hours into it, but I haven't beaten it, and I like it. I was wondering what the difference is between this Iron Guard Salvation and the original. So I think I played it, and I think it has better graphics. Maybe another big thing is you can move the turret blocks. Like in the original, I think they're permanently set where you can place a turret, whereas in this one you can move them wherever you want them to be, which is nice. Then they also added heroes, so you can have this hero character that you can control and tell him where to go, and he'll help shoot the enemies. This is a tower defense game, if you didn't know, and that helps. And then there's rock music that plays, which I like while you're fighting the enemies, and it has 30 levels. But what I think it really needs multiplayer. I would love to play this like with someone else. I don't know why they can't add multiplayer. It seems like that would be an easy thing to add. You just ramp up the number of
Yeah,
enemies or something. Um, I don't have much else to say, but I liked it. And then by grit alone demo, I liked. I think I liked this the most of anything I tried from that Steam Next Fest. It has very basic graphics, but I thought it was fun and interesting. I mean, you see, okay, they're trying to do some sort of matrix thing here, but you can see how basic these graphics are right here. This is just the tutorial section. Um, it feels like Half-Life 1 to me. Once I'm gonna get past this, I felt like I was in Half-Life 1, which is a good thing. And it had good voice acting with
Yeah.
cursing. I like the cursing, and it has personality. So this is one I'm definitely interested in getting. It's already out on Quest, but so now this is the Steam release. But this probably would not interest you because of the graphics. Am I correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
Plus, I've got so many other things. I've got a backlog I constantly keep getting added to. So
Yeah. Let me see. I just had to put a new battery in to my Bobo strap. Oh yeah, I bought for one of the things I got Casey for her birthday was a Bobo VR strap that does not have the halo. It's just only a top strap. I think it's called an E3 maybe, Bobo VR E3 or something like that. And it has higher capacity battery. And I'm thinking about getting one. That was just an aside.
is it good?
She likes it more than her. She had a Bobo M3, which is what I'm using right now.
Right.
Um,
She thinks it's better.
she does think it's better, yeah, definitely. All right, I'm gonna go.
Interesting.
Have you ever tried the Hyperscape preview? Any of that, or Hyperscape capture? They might not have it in the UK.
I had a look on because I googled it after you said, but there was no way. I couldn't see a way to download it, so maybe I can't get it in my country. I don't know.
All right. So what this is 3D Gaussian splatting. So the Hyperscape preview is where you can see 3D Gaussian splats of Gordon Ramsay's home kitchen, whoever this person is, Chance the Rapper's home studio. You can go into a UFC octagon, and you can go into whoever Happy Kelly. You can go into her Crocs room. I don't know who most of these people are, and it's sort of like remember that light fields, that Google light fields thing.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that, but more impressive. This guy here is showing pass through. I think right now he's showing pass through. Is he showing pass through or is he showing? No, this is actually his scan. And look out the window. Like when he moves his head, you can see that even the tree limbs out there are moving realistically. This, yeah,
So it actually moves.
yeah, it actually moves. Like the term he used is parallax. Like it moves realistically.
Right.
And even if he looks in a mirror, like you'll see stuff moving in the mirror. It's pretty crazy. And then it asks you to rate your scan. Like, see this mirror? Things are moving in the mirror as he moves around. Like, so I tried this in my room. I didn't make a video of it or anything, but I tried it in my VR room. You know, my porn studio room.
Yeah.
And it looked better to me than my pass through. It looked like more real. So the way you do
Well,
it,
yeah, because the pass-through camera quality is shit.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So what you have to do, it's kind of like when you set up your room for like doing MR, when they make you like look all around the room. You've done that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to do that, but you have to do it way slower. And you have to move. And
You know,
mm-hmm. What?
I'm gonna have to say something there because
Say it.
it's like, well, you're in your own room,
Yeah.
like, and then you're making a scan of your own room, and then you stood with a headset,
Yeah.
looking at your own room.
Yeah.
When you could just take the headset off, and you would literally see your own room in real life.
Well,
like,
you could. What would this be really useful for? Is if like, say you're traveling and you miss home, or say you want to send this file to someone else who, like your kid who misses home, or whatever.
okay.
Any place you could go, any place in the world,
I mean,
and
I
do a
guess,
scan. You could go travel and do a
yeah. I
scan,
mean,
and then go home and then go look at that place.
yeah. I mean, I can see the value of that. It's just funny now. The first thing people do
Yeah.
is they just scan their own room. So then you literally just stood in
Mm-hmm.
your own room,
Mm-hmm.
looking at a scan of the same room that you stood in.
But
It's kind of
but
funny to me.
yeah, that's a good comparison versus reality. You could do like A to B comparison. Um,
It's true. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing a scan in like the arcade room. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I should go somewhere more. So, this same guy that did this video, he did a scan in his backyard, and the backyard one was impressive too. The only thing that wasn't good were like tree limbs, where if the wind was blowing them, and they would be all blurry. This right here is his pass through because
Right.
you're seeing him in the mirror. Anytime you're,
Yeah, I get
yeah,
it. I get that.
and then he switches to the scan.
It just, I mean, it looks impressive, and I can see the value in it. I just thought it was ironic that you're scanning your own room while you stood in your own room, kind of like looking at three versions of your own room. You're
Yeah.
looking at the pass through, the scan, and you can also take your headset off and look at the real room in real time. So,
Here's what I'm gonna try in the porn studio. I'm gonna
go
get
on.
Casey.
Okay.
I'll get Casey. I'm gonna say, just stand there really still. Just stand there really still, and I'm
Okay.
gonna do a scan of you, and we'll see how that looks.
Okay.
How about that? And I don't mean a porn scan. I just mean you with clothes,
I'm not saying
with
it. I'm not
clothes
saying a
on,
word.
with clothes
I'm
on.
okay. Yeah.
But I haven't seen anybody
Okay.
try.
If you say
I'm
so.
sure there probably is a video out there of somebody trying a scan of a person, but I've only seen scans of like
I
just
mean,
their room.
surely.
Surely
So
what?
yeah. So you just kind of walk around and scan your room, basically.
Yeah. It might be
So
hard for a person to stay
yeah.
perfectly still and make it look good. I don't know.
I mean, I'd imagine you can probably stay pretty still. Like you don't, as
Yeah.
long as you're not moving too much, you'd be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and when he did the outdoor one, he put his dog on the table, but of course a dog's not going to stay still, so the dog just ended up look like a blur, just like a
Yeah.
you couldn't even tell what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is available in the U.S. I don't know about the U.K. Maybe not, and I think you have to be on version 81 of the Quest software to be able to do it. And I think that's the latest version, but I definitely recommend it. It's really cool. Despite what
Okay.
Alex may think.
No, I'm not saying it's not cool.
Yeah,
I'm just mocking you for.
yeah, I know. For scanning my porn studio.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where could I go? Where do you want me to go scan? You do want to visit, the U.S. So what could I scan that you want me to go scan a museum or something? Mm.
Would you do that? Like just walk in a public space
I would.
and just
Yeah, I would.
walk around with your headset on?
I never have, but I would. I'm not shy. Yeah,
Mm,
sure.
okay.
But what's a good?
I want to see a toilet. I want to see where your bathroom and
Oh,
toilet
I'll do
are
that for
before you shit.
sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can share them. I don't know if there's a way to share. So these
And
scans.
I want you to have had a shit, and I want you to leave it in the toilet. Don't flush it.
Okay, I'll do
And so
that.
that's in the scan.
I can do that.
Okay.
Here's a catch. When you do your own scan, it can take up to 8 hours for it to render. So that data gets sent off to a server somewhere where it's getting rendered, and you have to wait for it. So that's a big drawback.
I bet you they've got some sort of thing that detects like nudity and stuff. And
Oh,
stops it from being
probably,
scanned.
probably. Damn it. Good.
Yeah.
Bunch of kids have scanned their dick. I'm sure. That and then and then
Yeah.
they have
Exactly.
fucking child porn on their servers. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have that.
Whew. What was I gonna say? My house is kind of a mess right now, but I'll do the bathroom with the turd for you. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'm looking forward to looking at it.
All right. Here are upcoming games. Wanderer, we talked about that. That's coming out. Already came out today. Zero Caliber 2 Remastered comes out on October 30th for PC. Of Lies and Rain, November 4th, PCVR, PSVR 2 Quest. We played the demo and we weren't too impressed though. Forefront. I tried to play.
I thought that was already out. I thought Of Lies of Rain is already out on the Quest.
Oh, maybe it's out on Quest. I don't know. Forefront, November 6th. There's some open beta. I tried to get into it and it said, too late. The beta's not open. So.
Yeah, and I literally went yesterday thinking it was like I could just join it,
Yeah.
and it was already expired, and you have to go through Discord and stuff. So, but I actually really want to play that because I used to love the Battlefield games. I actually played Battlefield 6 recently,
Mm-hmm.
on just like had a go on it, and I literally got 0 kills. I was like just a bullet. I was just getting killed.
Wow.
I was like, oh
You
shit,
made some
I
kids
really
feel
suck
good.
at flat games. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really suck at non-VR games now. I just can't play them.
Yeah. Lumines Arise, that's November 11th. I think you might be interested in that. I tried. There were a bunch of demos I tried. So on that Steam Next Fest, I went to the VR category, and there were a bunch of demos there, and Lumines Arise was one of them that I downloaded. Then I started it, and it was flat only. I was pissed off. So that Lumines
Oh,
Arise was
I think I
flat.
remember you saying that.
Then The Signal, a game that your company is working on, I think, that was flat only also. Then Demeo Battlemarked, that was flat. Deadly Delivery wouldn't work. Then Forefront I couldn't get into. So all of those were failed demos. So tell me about the Signal. You know anything about that? So the Signal, maybe it's going to come out flat and then later it's going to come out VR? Hello?
The what? Sorry.
The Signal.
Say again.
I guess you missed all of that?
Oh, the Signal. I don't really know what's happening with that because it's a Spark thing. It's not like a flat to VR thing. It's
Okay.
you know, like the whole modder is made by a modder, but it's like an official
So
thing.
is it
So I'm not sure if that's gonna be
Sorry.
a separate thing, or I don't really know
Oh, okay.
what that's gonna be.
Okay, so Lumines Arise, November 11th. That, though, I looked in the Steam discussions, that will be PCVR at launch. Then Glass Breakers, Champions of Lost, November 13th, PCVR and Quest. I'm not interested in that, but some people might be. Deadpool VR, November 18th, Quest 3. That's the game on this list that almost the only game I care about, really, on this list, unfortunately. Demeo X Dungeons and Dragons Battlemark, November 20th. PCVR, PSVR 2, and Quest. I tried Demeo with Casey, and I'm just not into it. I told her, though, I will play this with her. I will try.
Okay.
Star Trek Infection VR, December 11th. PCVR and Quest. And is there anything that you can announce from Flat to VR?
No,
I
can't announce.
I didn't think so. Maybe Flat to VR.
We've got a bunch
VR.
of stuff coming out.
Oh, coming out this year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just quite a lot.
Oh, shit. It's all secret?
But I don't know what I don't know what's announced and what's not,
Okay.
so I can't say anything. But there's multiple games. Some of it's PSVR 2 only. That's already been out on the.
No, I
PC and
don't
stuff.
care about any of that. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think you
No.
would. But yeah, there's multiple things coming out over these next. Yeah, we've got quite a lot coming out. Busy.
How is 2025 treating Flat to VR? Because, the gaming industry hasn't been very good. Do you know anything about the financials?
No, I don't get told anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, things seem to be going well. Like they had the old Postal 2 Redux thing, which was obviously not the VR side, but it was because we're doing the Postal 2 VR, but we're also helping with the Redux thing, which is like a remaster of the original Postal 2.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big Kickstarter for that, and that actually managed to raise like $450,000.
Damn.
And was fully funded. So things are going good. Things are going good overall. Like the company is expanding constantly, and there's lots of things being worked on and coming out, and yeah, it's good overall. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about the financials, like how things are selling and stuff. But
Okay.
from what I can see, things are good.
Can you think of anything else coming out that's not on this list?
I felt like we were going to have more big stuff coming out.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles is next year, and what other big thing is there that I'm not?
I mean, Deadpool's obviously pretty big.
And that's by Twisted Pixel.
Star Trek. Yeah.
I don't know who makes Star Trek.
Star Trek Infection looks pretty decent, half decent. Yeah, I mean, I know obviously some of the games I can't talk about yet that are coming out at some point this year, which hopefully you'll enjoy. But yeah, there's nothing like last year. I felt like we had a whole stream of Behemoth and Batman and
Metro
Alien
and
and
Alien, yeah, Metro, yeah.
Metro. We had like four big like IP almost AAA kind of level titles. Um, so yeah, it feels a little bit slower this year. But I think it always happens like that. We always have like one year which is kind of feels like we've almost got too much stuff coming out at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, and then we have like some years where it's like there's there's quite and then there's a few things coming out, but there's nothing like oh my god I can't wait to play that. Even Deadpool, I'm not like I think it'll be a good game, but for some reason I'm not really like excited for it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've only seen Deadpool 1, and I'm not. I kind of find him a little bit annoying.
Yeah, he's a bit obnoxious. It's like I guess that's his whole stick, but
Yeah.
shtick, should I say?
Mm.
But yeah, it's. I think we'll see. It might be one of those games where we're not really looking forward to it, and then we play it, and it's like, oh, this is actually really good. So hopefully it hits the mark.
I've liked every other Marvel game a lot, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to buy it. It's probably the biggest release of the year, I would say. Deadpool
Yeah.
VR.
All right, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, see you later.
Bye, everybody.